Welcome into this week's episode of the West Coast Dirt Report. We've got highlights from the NARC King of the West sprints, highlights from High Limit Racing and Skagit Speedway. They had 360s and 410s this week. And we talk with a first-time 410 sprint car winner in Tyler Thompson. Let's get to it here at the West Coast Dirt Report. Welcome into the West Coast Dirt Report. I am your host, Blake Anderson. A busy weekend here on the West Coast and across the country with 410 sprint car racing. This week's episode is powered by the Jim Raper Memorial Super Dirt Cup, presented by the Skagit Casino Resort on June 18, 19, and 20. $100,026.26 to win. One of the richest races on the West Coast. Entries are open right now. 3-day ticket packages are on sale on SkagitSpeedway.com. If you buy that 3-day ticket package, you do get a reserved seat for all 3 nights of the Jim Raper Memorial Super Dirt Cup. Going to be one of the biggest dirt cups in recent memory. Well, Interstate Battery's High Limit Racing continued their busy stretch. This weekend they were in action at Kokomo Speedway. Friday night that got rained out. But Saturday night, $20,000 to the winner, $1,800 just to start the A-Main. It was a good one, as always, at Kokomo Speedway, and we've got highlights courtesy of Flow Racing.
Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green. Feature event is underway at Indiana's baddest bull ring. It's going to be Aaron Reitzel out with the early race lead. Bumper cars through 1 and 2 in the middle of the pack. Everybody's going to make it out of there clean. Up front, Reitzel lead lap number 1. Bounces the right rear off the cushion. Rico looks to the inside. They all 3 go to the bottom in turn number 1. Leaving the top side over for Brady Bacon. Bacon now on the back bumper of Rico. Rico gets passed by Justin Peck. Peck goes to the inside, trying to exact his revenge from 1 year ago. Closing in on Aaron Reitzel down the front straightaway. Justin Peck goes down low, side by side for the race lead. Upside down. Nearly now he is upside down front straightaway. Rico Abreu sitting in third. Brady Bacon fourth. Now Bacon missed the bottom in turn 4. Opens up the inside. Giovanni Celsi will take advantage of that and move into fourth. Here in this main event at the Brian Clausen Hero Classic, green flag waves once again. Rico pulls up next to Peck, and they get very close. Peck almost up on the bike, and Rico's going to take the second spot away. Rico to P2 down the backstretch. Justin Peck full center on the outside. What a move from Justin Peck to get back to second. Giovanni Celsi now to third. He'll get by Rico off at turn number 4. Gio up into the third spot. Rico bumped back to fourth, and fifth is a battle between Brady Bacon and Parker Price Miller. Give the spot to Brady Bacon back behind them. Creeping up around the outside is Joel Myers Jr. Joel Myers Jr. making his way to the front of the field in car 19. Reitzel on it early. We go back to green. Aaron Reitzel catching the field off guard there, getting on the gas early in the UNOH starting zone. A white flag and 1 lap to go for the Clute, Texas driver. On the cushion in turn number 2. Down the back straightaway to the outside of Tim Schaefer. And into turns 3 and 4. The first ever Brian Clausen Hero Classic goes to Aaron Reitzel.
Aaron Reitzel had to earn that one. Picks up, I believe, his 4th Interstate Battery's High Limit Racing win of the season, and that was a big win, $20,000, and he gets one of the coolest trophies I've seen. If you get a chance, check it out on High Limit Racing's social media. One of Brian Clausen's last helmets was part of the trophy. That is super cool. Justin Peck, a strong run for the Routine Racing 26, his first podium in a while, comes home in second. Rico Abreu third, Giovanni Celsi fourth, and Joel Myers Jr. and the Brody and Sarah Hayward owned 19H car comes home in the 5th spot. High Limit Racing points, a change in the points for the first time since the month of March. Aaron Reitzel now sits atop the Interstate Battery's High Limit Racing point standings, 829 markers, 9 points back Tanner Thorson in second. Rico Abreu, he's got it down to 28 points. He's in third. Giovanni Celsi stays hot in fourth, 42 back. And Kerry Madsen turning some heads, the veteran, 5th in Interstate Battery's High Limit Racing points. California, their slate stayed busy. Busy weekend at Silver Dollar Speedway in Chico, California. Friday night, they had an open 410 show, and we've got highlights courtesy of Flow Racing.
It's Friday night, and someone's going to be a hero at Silver Dollar Speedway. It's go time. Turns 1 and 2. Oh, we've got a couple off, and we got one upside down. Red, red, red in turn 1. Nick Parker. Right again for the second attempt off at turn 4. We're green. Oh, we got one upside down. Red. That was Dylan Bloomfield, and look at the top wing for Golubic. The third attempt at a start. Sean Becker up front will take the lead. Selzy, Neto, and Sanders. Sean's committed to the top. Little hop, skip, and a jump, and now Selzy's chance to pounce. Oh! Becker shuts the door. Can't keep it glued. Dominic Selzy, new leader on the restart. Final couple laps. Selzy back to turn one as your leader. Sean Becker had a slight opportunity, just couldn't capitalize. Behind them, my goodness, a three-car battle for the top 5 spot. Forsberg was in the mix, so was Brooks. Wood now a little bit to the inside of Forsberg. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Opening weekend night winner, Dominic Selzy.
Well, Dominic Selzy didn't have to wait long to get back into victory lane in a 4:10, just about a week. He picks up the win. Sean Becker second, Max Mitry third, DJ Neto fourth, and Dominic Gordon rounded out the top 5 on Friday night at Silver Dollar Speedway. That was a local open 410 show, the Champions Classic. Saturday night, that was a big one. The Dave Bradway Jr. Memorial, $10,000 to the winner. Lap money throughout the field, heat race money, quick time money, all sorts of money all night long at the Bradway. It was a good one. The NARC King of the West Sprints back in action. We've got highlights courtesy of Flow Racing.
Silver Dollar Speedway. This one's for you, Junior. Someone's going to be a hero after 40 laps, and we're green. And Chance Grasty battle for the lead now. Looking to the inside of Mitry. He's off the edge of the racetrack. New leader, Dylan Bloomfield. Time, oh, your leader's off turn 2. Your leader, Dylan Bloomfield, and we go yellow. He picks up the pace. We're green. They'll drag race off of turn 2 into turn 3. Sweep the little chop suey move. He gets to the inside. What a beautiful race. Top, bottom. What more could you ask for? Look at this move. Justin Sanders takes over the top spot. Sanders around Mitry. Green, green, green. They roar into turns 1 and 2. Up front, Sanders. Colby Copeland gets the better of Brad Sweet. He's up to third. Back up front, Mitry to the bottom. Mad Max Mitry trying to take the lead away from Sanders. Sanders holds tough on the top. He'll take the lead back. Now lights are out. Green, green, green. Sweet once again back to the inside, and Mitry, he'll slide up in front of him. Mitry crisscross to the inside. Here comes Brad Sweet. Sweet, Max Mitry going at it. He'll slide up in front of Max Mitry. Brad Sweet now in second. Sweet closes in, 1 to go. For all the marbles, the 35th Dave Bradway Jr. on the line. Down the back straightaway. Brad Sweet's going to drive it in one final time. Can he find some magic? He cannot. Sanders wins.
Justin Sanders picks up his third Dave Bradway Jr. Memorial victory over Brad Sweet, who made it interesting at the end. DJ Neto, he had a rough start to his year, the defending NARC champion, but he's better. He's getting faster and faster with Jimmy Carr on the wrenches, who goes into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame at the end of the month. Neto third, Golubic fourth. You saw him involved in a crash the night before. And Silver Dollar Speedway promoter Colby Copeland comes home in the 5th spot. Well, Justin Sanders controls things with NARC King of the West sprints in the point standings. 438 points for him. He has 104 markers ahead of the 2005 series champion in Sean Becker. Colby Copeland jumps into the 3rd spot, 110 back. Chance Grasty back to 4th at 114 back. And DJ Neto, just a couple of weeks ago, he was outside of the top 10 in points, now 5th in points, 119 back. So while they're a lot of points back, 2nd to 5th is really, really good as Justin Sanders continues to control things. Looking north of Silver Dollar Speedway, we roll to Skagit. Skagit Speedway had a busy weekend in action where the 410 sprints and the 360 sprints for the first of a couple times this year, but the modifieds were in action for the final time in a month, and Cole Logan picks up the win. Boy, has he been impressive. Skagit veteran Rick Smith second, Tyson Blood third, Adam Holtrup fourth, and Rory Smith back in the top 5. Your points look like this. Cole Logan is the points leader by 2 points over Tyson Blood, 6 ahead of Rory Smith, Adam Holtrup fourth, 14 back, and Kyler Moore fifth, 15 back. Keep in mind, IMCA modified points, 40 to the winner, 39 for second, 38 for third, on down in 1-point increments, only earning A main points. So just 2 positions on the racetrack right now, deciding the difference between first and second in the IMCA modified points. The 360s, they were back in action for the 3rd week in a row, and we've got highlights courtesy of Skagit Speedway.
Roll through 3, they'll come out of corner number 4, green flag. It's the start that Hendrickson's looking for. He got into 1 and 2 with speed, but there was too much speed around the outside for Trey Starks. Starks down the back straightaway, controls this and leads lap number 1 ahead of Hendrickson and DeCaris. Schlotfeld into 3rd, and he is using the way high groove on this racetrack. Jesse Schlotfeld way up into the fluffy stuff, trying to find some drive. Long ways already to Trey Starks, who, like most of the field, hugs the bottom of 3 and 4. Schlotfeld, big run out of turn number 2. Give the spot to Jesse Schlotfeld down the back straightaway. So Schlotfeld gets second from Hendrickson. Now he needs something to break on the 55 car. Starks not having the easiest time getting around Cam Smith. Time running out here in this main event. Schlotfeld, half a track, if not more, behind Trey Starks. In fact, Starks, by the time this is over, might have second place within a straightaway of it. And at the line to the checkered flag, Trey Starks, your winner.
Well, Trey Starks absolutely dominating on Saturday night, over a 9.5 second victory. Jesse Schlotfeld comes home in second, 360 rookie Steven Hendrickson third, Levi Klatt fourth, and Greg DeCaris, boy has he been improving. A week ago, charged from the B main to finish in the top 10. This week, a 5th place run for the Californian, who's running weekly up here at Skagit Speedway in the 360 sprint cars. Right now, the exclusive quality custom 360 sprint car points look like this. Trey Starks, 361 markers, is your leader. Multi-time track champion Colton Heath sits in second, 44 back. Jesse Schlotfeld up to third, 61 back. Steven Hendrickson is fourth, 66 back. And Levi Hillier right now rounds out the top 5, 67 markers back. So that battle from 3rd to 5th in Skagit Speedway exclusive quality custom 360 sprint car points is very, very good. The 410s, boy, was it a good one. We had a first-time 410 winner on Saturday night here at Skagit Speedway. We've got highlights courtesy of Skagit Speedway.
And we're underway. Thompson, for the 3rd time, shoots his way into turn number 1. This time everybody makes it through 1 and 2. Thompson leads lap number 1. Price trying to stuff his nose in there. Robbie Price 3 wide with the lap car of Reynolds. Sticks his nose in and through. Klatt tries to come back after him, but Price at the halfway point has moved into 2nd. Your race leader is getting long gone, but Robbie now, see what he can do in position to try to catch up to him. Tyler Thompson, wire to wire for the first Hills Premium Meats 410 feature win of the year.
As you heard Caleb Hart say there, first career win for Tyler Thompson, 93rd career 410 start, picks up the big win. Robbie Price, second. Levi Klatt, third. His first night in the Adrian Motorsports entry. Fourth was Trey Starks, and Devin Borden back at Skagit Speedway in 5th and was fast. Your points look like this. Now, the Skagit Speedway points, while you're probably wondering why Tyler Thompson won, he's not leading points because you're in qualifying points, heat race points, and main event points. So Robbie Price, the points leader, 119 points for Robbie. Tyler Thompson, the winner, sits second in points, 4 back. Trey Starks is third, 12 points back. Levi Klatt, fourth, 13 back, and the Daredevil, Devin Borden, rounds out the top 5, 20 markers back. The 410s are back in action this weekend here at Skagit Speedway. In the meantime, we recently caught up with the first-time 410 winner, Tyler Thompson. Well, Tyler Thompson joining us here on the West Coast Dirt Report. Tyler, Saturday night, Skagit Speedway, you picked up that first career 410 win. Has it sunk in yet?
Yeah, I got back to reality pretty quick Monday morning, so back to work. But no, it was super exciting. We're, still kind of living off the high. I'm sure we will for the next couple weeks. But yeah, just excited for the rest of the year now.
What's it been like hopping in that Lemley car with Jeff Needham involved? I feel like you got on that car in August of last year, and right away you guys hit it off. I mean, you were super strong at Skagit Nationals with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. You came back a couple weeks later, you ran strong, and then you kicked this year off with a 410 victory. What's that pairing been like? How's it been so magical so quick?
Yeah, I think obviously Red's been really good. Steven's been really good. The car's been really good. And, the hardest thing's been holding back confidence. I felt so good about our race car. It's like, man, I don't want to be overconfident, but, we've been really good a couple times last year and then especially to start this year off. So it's just been super exciting. Brock's done a really good job. Jason working on the car. Wade's been doing really good. Like we have a really good team. And like I said, it's just kind of hard to hold back the confidence because I'm super excited about what we got.
How nice is it to have a guy like Brock Lemley in your corner that has as many laps as anybody around Skagit Speedway? He's got a dirt cup on his resume. The guy knows this place like the back of his hand.
I kind of try and get more advice out of him if I can. He's a really big cheerleader. He's just super pumped, super excited. He's always fun to be around. Yeah, he just, a guy that's always been really good. I was always a fan of his as a kid, and super fun just to get to race with him and hang out with him and hear some of his stories. And yeah, it's really cool to be a part of his team.
This may be a two-part question. I'll start with part one. 93rd career 410 start for you. How big was it to start your 2026 season in Victory Lane?
Yeah, it sounds like a lot more than I was hoping for, but no, you know, it's out of the way now. That's the biggest thing. And I felt like I've had opportunities to win before and, either didn't finish the job or something didn't go right. So just really big to get that out of the way. And especially this year, we're really hoping for not necessarily a big year, but just really excited about this year. And the earlier you can win in the season, I just always feel like it's the better.
Is it a little bit of a weight off your shoulders, like, and maybe proving to yourself, I can do this and I can beat these guys?
Yeah, for sure. Like, you wonder like, will I get one? Will I ever get one before I end my career? So, you're just always hopeful and then you don't want to overthink it. And like I said, I didn't want to be overconfident because I felt really good about our car. So it was kind of just managing those and then, getting it out of the way is, yeah, definitely a big weight lifted off.
You're back at Skagit the next couple of weeks. How amped up are you to make the trek north this weekend to go for back-to-back 410 wins?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just, don't want to look too far ahead, but I think 2 weeks ago I started my season pretty late compared to most, but it was basically it's the Road to Dirt Cup for me. We're running, I don't know what we started at 7 or 8 weeks in a row where we're going to be leading up to Dirt Cup. So, that's obviously the big goal and what we're looking forward to. So it's just, another weekend. We got some stuff to work on even from this last weekend. So just trying to fine tune those, watch some video, and just keep getting better leading up to Dirt Cup.
Well, we're excited to see if you can go back to back. It's great to have you running with us weekly this year at Skagit Speedway. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to join us here on the West Coast Dirt Report.
Awesome. Thank you.
Well, once again, thank you to Tyler Thompson for joining us here on the West Coast Dirt Report. We'll see you this Saturday if he can go back to back and maybe take over the points lead at Skagit Speedway. Well, once again, thank you to Tyler Thompson for taking some time out of his workday to chat with us for a couple of minutes. Well, up here in the Northwest, action stayed hot on Friday night up at Deming Speedway. Lucas Fisher, the big winner in the junior sprints. His dad was busy on Saturday night at Skagit Speedway in the 360. In the 600 restricted division, Ryan Cannon, your winner. Alex Peck picked up the Northwest Focus Midget A-Main win. Nate Vaughn, the 1200s, picked up the big win there. And Tristan Thomas back in 600 Open Victory Lane. Placerville Speedway, they were in action on Saturday night. Justin Cox, last week, got passed on the last lap on Friday night, ran second. This week picks up the big win. He is your winner at Placerville Speedway on Friday, May 9th. Shane Hopkins second, Andy Forsberg third, Seth Stanley fourth, and Jake Morgan rounds out the top five. Your Placerville Speedway points, though, Andy Forsberg, third place on Friday, points leader by 22 points over the winner, Justin Cox. Jake Morgan is third in points, 27 back. Seth Stanley, Fourth in points, 46 back, and fifth is Carson Hamas, just 66 back. Well, Southern Oregon, they had a 360 show on Saturday night with David Hibbard picking up the win. R.J. McGahee comes home in second, Austin Sauce third, Chris Salyer fourth, and Dave Marble rounded out the top 5 down in Oregon. Upcoming events, not quite as busy this week here on the West Coast. Deming Speedway, their 7th race of the year. You can watch that on Fast 4 Media. Watsonville Speedway, they're in action with 360 sprint cars, both those on Friday. Then Saturday, things pick up a little bit. The NARC King of the West sprint cars are back in action at Tulsa's Thunderbolt Raceway. You can watch that one on Flow Racing. Grays Harbor Raceway, they have round number 2 of the 360 Summer Challenge Series with Skagit Speedway. That one is available on graysharbor.tv. Skagit Speedway, we're in action on Saturday night, with the 410s. You can watch that on Skagit Speedway's YouTube channel right here if you're watching. And Marysville Raceway, they've got the 360 sprint cars on Saturday night. So like I said, not quite as busy this weekend on the West Coast, but still lots of racing to take in. Well, a great episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments where you're going racing or what you would like to see us show more here on the West Coast Dirt Report. We love hearing feedback from you, learning where you guys are watching from, and what racing you like to support. Get out to your local racetrack, support your local racetrack, and we'll see you right here on the West Coast Dirt Report next Wednesday.